I'm like, I'm living in purpose, I'm walking in purpose, and I'm like, dang. Alright, God, you know, I done changed. I'm like, dang, I got a little older, a little mature. Like, it's fun, it's cool getting the bag, and all that. It's like, man, I want somebody to share it with.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, alright, what I needed to, like, let me position myself and get settled on my, because it's a lot of, like, unlearning and stuff, because when you see situations from one aspect, you think, oh, it's gotta look like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if I'm fully on board with that. That's how it's gotta be. Yeah. Now that works for somebody, but I'm like, that don't necessarily work for me. And if that's all you ever been exposed to, it's like, I ain't sure I want that for myself. But then when God really started working on me, it's like, your relationship is yours and your partner's, and you know what I'm saying, y'all said what worked for y'all, and that may not look like what other people's situation look like, and they may not agree with what your situation look like, but you got to stand on that and know, you know, they ain't got to be married to them, they got to go be with this person. Y'all got to be with each other. So, you know, I'm like, I'm in that mode now. I feel like mentally I'm in that mode, just because I wasn't mentally open to it. I wasn't emotional. I ain't gonna say I wasn't open to it. I was. It didn't really matter. It just didn't matter. I'm looking at Oprah. I'm like, she can be Oprah. Hey, Oprah got her nice little boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of money. She was like, and Oprah said something one time, and it stuck with me about, because people ask her like why she didn't get married. She was like, because I understand what it means to be a wife and what is, you know what I'm saying, what all that entails. And it's like, I don't want to give myself in that way. The same thing with motherhood. Like, she was like, that ain't for me. And I'm like, bro, I get that.
And, you know, I personally didn't have a roadmap really at all. You know,
but it's something that you really wanted though.
I guess I never thought about it. I never. You just always think like, okay, when I get older, and you in your 20s and stuff, you don't think like that's even on. Oh Lord, that's even on the table. So it's like I never sat down and thought about it. So I just didn't think about it. I just thought it was so far off in life at the time. But you know, my dad, he remarried, and they've been married for 19 years now. But like I said, we weren't close like growing up, so I didn't really see the ins and outs like you did, you know. So I didn't have this roadmap or this example or guide to go by or what I expected. I just knew who I was as a person, who he is as a person, and I was like, okay, we gonna ride together. This what we finna do. And like you say, you gotta make it. It's gonna be what it is. It's gonna be different from everybody else's, but you gotta make it what's best for y'all, and that's what we doing. So that's my advice. Make it y'all's. Whoever the y'all is.
Whoever y'all is.
Make it y'all's.
Whoever y'all is. Whoever we is.
Where he at?
Whoever, all the cameras. Okay. Do a 360. Like, you. Not you.
You, baby.
The one behind you. Move. No, don't wave at me back. I'm waving at the person behind you.
Make it y'all's, baby. Make it y'all's.
Yeah, man. So I think this was good. Any tips, hints, words of wisdom? Y'all newlyweds still too.
Yeah, still at the honeymoon.
Yeah.
I don't know about a tip.
Would you ever think your cousin Mechie from your school? One time Mechie had hijacked my relationship with in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, Mechie.
When I had that relationship,
you did. You remember, like, you had told this other dude that was liking me. You told my actual boyfriend at the time that I was talking to the other dude that was liking me, and you knew that my boyfriend at the time did not like this other man, and it was a problem.
It's getting snitch.
got some.
Boy,
Mechie.
No,
no.
Yeah,
Look,
shout out to our drink sponsor, No Shade Lemonade. The flavor of the day. The flavor of the day is blue raspberry, y'all. Get these No Shade Lemonade. I had to put, and I was supposed to do that at the beginning. Praise God. We gonna take a sip. Take a sip right quick, Mechie. Let's tell the people how these blue raspberries taste. How that is? Ooh! Always delightful. Ew! Shut up! Ew! Always delightful.
They need to switch out the communion wine.
D, how yours is?
Switch out the communion wine with some No Shade.
Yeah, they No Shade Lemonade.
But nah, see now with that situation,
it's okay. We ain't gotta get.
No. I'm gonna say this.
We ain't gotta go into it. It's over with.
Come on, my.
But tell me, did you ever?
I ain't want to be with them. But nah. Did I ever work?
Did you ever think that you could like? Did you ever think that I would be like in the mode to finally?
Yeah. I did. I really did.
Did you feel like you was gonna be the first one married out of the three of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like you said, it was something that I was seeking. I was seeking it for validation. Mm-hmm. Because my thought process was, the world sees me growing up with my mama. Mm-hmm. The world is gonna think either he finna be locked up somewhere, he's gonna be attracted to men, or he's going to just be a vagrant somewhere, just lost in the streets or something like that.
I never thought that, because like the men, like you had men, like most guys like that don't have strong male. I feel like anyway, a lot of guys that end up that way, they don't have a lot of strong positive male influences in their lives.
You're
that
right.
wasn't the case with you.
No, and the thing was,
so I never felt like that.
I guess at the time I was thinking less about what I thought of myself and what others would think I would become. So with the whole me acting out in school situation, and all of this just came, to me at one time. All of this knowledge just without counseling, but it's just when you just sit and you just think about your life, you're like, that's why I acted out like that. But all of that stuff was it just came about because it's just like me acting out in school, wanting attention, because I wanted that attention from my dad. Okay. And with my mom, she was still like evangelizing. She was fixing other people in the church, or fixing other people, that needed spiritual help and everything. I'm not saying she was at all. I'm not saying she was a bad mother. It's just that I understood she had a job to do, and for God in the kingdom of God. But it's just like, so it's like I had to step back and like, okay, mama got to worry about this stuff that's more important. But who's gonna raise me? Yeah,
and you was the baby, like your closest sibling. Thing, you with Sharina's like 8 years old.
Six,
okay, so you're like 6 years old.
And even with Sharina, it's just like the same situation as you came up around a bunch of tough dudes.
Sharina the first granddaughter, I'm the second, and it's like 19, 20 of us. It ain't but up until I think Uncle Joe just had Skylar. It ain't but like 4, 5 girls. 5 now. At the time we took that group picture, it was 4 girls and like 15 boys.
Yup. But it's like y'all grew up around all these dudes, so y'all had no choice but to be tough. I mean, because that's all you grew up around. So, God honest truth, my sister, more so than now, Avery and Bobo helped me later on in life. But my early years, Sharina.
Oh yeah, cause your sister was
Sharina was like, I mean, day and night we would be playing. We would be outside playing basketball, and I still had asthma at the time, and Sharina would just like wear me down until I just thought. But she knew that we were gonna play and play and play, and she was gonna beat me and beat me and beat me. And me and her talked when we got older, and she was like, Mechie, you never gave up. You never quit. You cried sometimes. You cried a lot of times. But she was like, you never gave up. And to this day, I remember the day I beat Sharina. at 21 finally, and it was because she broke her nail. And I was like, so when Sharina finally started being a girly girl, now I could beat her. When she was a no, stop crying, I couldn't beat her. But once she started being a girly girl, and I went over, I blocked her shot, and she broke her fingernail, and I was like, I got an advantage now, so I'm gonna take advantage of this. But either way, it's just like she helped toughen me up in my early years. Avery and Bobo stepped in my teenage years, and of course, Uncle Felix stepped in after graduation. And it's just so much that he did, you know, while I was working at the church, just so much knowledge that I got from that, and it's just like it just put me in this situation where I was just like, man, I have seen what being a man is, but I haven't experienced it. Mm-hmm. So that's why I left Albany, because what my assumption was, I need to grow up. I need to know what it's like to be a man. I need to get off the titty, and I need to go experience life and see what life is like to be a man. You know, I gotta get my hands dirty. I gotta work hard until I can't work no more until my legs just collapse from it. I thought that's what being a man was. Mm-hmm. So I was always seeking validation as a man, and that's what basically like got me in a lot of stuff in my early 20s that I was doing. That's what I was doing, because I was seeking validation for my manhood. So
yeah, we gonna see where this goes.
No, it's gonna go far.
We gonna see. You know, this me being more in front of the camera. I might get married off this pod. Who knows?
You gonna get married?
Really?
Well,
I'm here for that.
Yeah, I'll probably be married next year. So.
Wait.
You don't know what God can do.
I mean,
I don't. I just hold up. I ain't ready.
You ain't ready.
I ain't ready.
You ain't gotta be ready, baby.
Exactly.
No, I do.
Do you see the world? The world is on fire, literally.
Big time.
Big time. Like this ain't just for aesthetics.
Okay, I know. We press for time, but what's your type?
I ain't got no type.
I've never known. Well, I've somewhat known.
Okay, so what do you think? So what do you? Okay,
type.
so tell me what you think. My type is, and then I'm.
You need a soldier who's gonna stand up for you. Only carry big things, if you know what I mean. That's what I think.
Mechie, where do you? Okay, go ahead.
I think, cause see, you know, you always liked Wayne. I think you just like, a thug nigga. Oh, I'm sorry. You can say it. Because
I don't like thugs.
Because
that's a big misconception. People think I be making thugs.
No, maybe not thugs, but coming from the background you come from, you ain't gonna find no tough dude in church.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, well,
they just change your life.
Nah.
But
see, she don't want her to be changed yet.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
Jesus Christ. Jesus, Lord, you God.
Yeah, God. Straight up, cuz. Yeah, cuz.
You want him to be, you know, when he goes to the altar and everything, he like, man, the devil.
Wait.
What a nigga?
Hey, talking about. I beat the devil ass
on God.
On God, I beat that nigga.
On Mary had a little lamb, I beat the devil. But that's honestly, I know.
That's if you do that. That's what I like. I like your voice to turn me on.
She gonna be in the camera room like, oh.
Shut up.
Y'all gotta take over. You gonna have the usher.
Cut it out. Cut that part out.
Wrap the little usher cloth around. They was like, it ain't altar call. Why is Shaniqua?
Don't worry about it.
Why she in the moment?
Shut up.
But no, I know.
I
I know, and I've always known it, because, like you said, I be knowing the dudes Well, I've known some of the guys that you know.
They probably was like, trash. I just ain't know.
I ain't gonna say
they weren't trash. I ain't gonna say that.
I ain't gonna say they're trash, but it's just that, you know.
You're worth. I was worth so much more.
Yeah. I mean,
and I was is.
Yeah.
I mean,
but see, I feel like me, you, and Gerald had a Captain Sable type of vibe. But no, think about it now.
Okay.
Think about some of the guys that I know of. I don't know about all of them. You weren't trying to necessarily save them, but it's just like they weren't the dudes that were dressed the best and came from the best background all the time. Someone was country boys, someone was just and the one guy that I know of that actually came from a good background, I ain't gonna say their name, but the one guy that I know of.
I guess I don't. Mechie, we're gonna have to talk about that off camera, but go ahead.
But the one guy that I know of, you know, he wasn't doing it for you. I guess because that little situation where he, you know, I ain't gonna talk about it.
Okay, cause I think I know who you're talking about, but then I don't. So when
Flocker.
No, we ain't gonna talk about that. Oh, cause I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. I would have went for that. I would have like all y'all. I would have 100% went for that.
You want
for sure.
Never mind.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. But I knew because you know that was my boy. And you know, I ain't gonna be messy. But yeah, that was my boy. So it's just like, you know, like.
And this was like years ago.
Yeah, tell your cousin, you know, I wanna talk to her and everything. I'm like, bro, you don't want no problems.
See, Mechie blocked so bad.
No!
Oh my God!
No, I wasn't saying about you, but I knew how he was gonna be with and it proved itself when he got
that was funny.
Stepped up to.
He did.
Well, he didn't get stepped. He got rolled up on like
And it wasn't even that. It wasn't even that. We were walking home in the truck, just having to turn down the road, and then young man bolted the other way. Yeah. I was like, smart move.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you think my type is roughneck?
I know a guy. I just, you know, and he went to school with us, you guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're gonna talk about that off camera because I want to see. I do. I don't. But see, my thing is.
You ain't supposed to know no other dudes.
Oh my! He went to school with us.
Exactly. How she gonna not?
I don't know my classmates.
Exactly. But then I don't. We gotta see Ericka.
Okay.
Because I can't really think of nobody that we went to school with.
Yeah.
That ain't married already now.
This one is not. This one is not dating.
And yeah, that I would.
Does he have kids?
Look at like this.
I don't think so. You know,
your kids
he ain't flipping then.
Mechie, that don't mean that.
23 and you ain't.
Mechie, that don't mean that. Just 'cause that man ain't got. I know somebody right now that went to school with us that I was talking to. This person ain't got no kids.
And he hunting.
Mechie, that ain't the word.
Is he hunting?
Oh yeah, he probably is. I'm for sure. Yeah, wait.
From
for
what
sure.
I've seen on the book, I don't think he. Yeah.
Okay, so this probably ain't. We ain't talking about the same person.
Okay.
Yeah, we ain't talking about.
We're gonna check into that.
What you're not gonna do is not know how to hunch and try to marry my cousin.
Mechie!
The requirements are not the same.
Well, I mean, I agree though, Mechie. Honestly, I agree.
I know.
I agree. Cause I believe God want that for me real bad. He want that for me real bad.
God, he don't want you.
Want that for me real bad.
Look, he don't want you like.
Yeah, that is.
He don't want you to be like, okay, God.
Cause I'm gonna be pissed off. Cause I already know me. Oh my God. Move, get out the way.
Let me do it.
Wrong, cause what are you here for?
That's all I'm saying.
Dang! Get on my nerves.
We understand it.
Stay in my daddy house. Come on. Oh God.
What are your red flags?
My red flags? Too many kids for one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's.
Now my limit is 2, cause I'm realistic. Like we in our 30s now.
My limit's 1, boo.
That's what I'm saying. 2. I feel like 2 is pushing, but then I feel like I can grace you with 2 because I don't want to personally have kids. So I I ain't gonna say don't bother me. Yo, I don't get that. If you got kids already, perfect. That's something that I don't feel like I have to be burdened with. And then because of the situation that I grew up in, I can love a child that's not my own. Because my bonus parent situation is such that she accepted and loves me as her own, and raised me as her own. Like it ain't no different, even with her family, it ain't no type of difference, none of that. So seeing that, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I can do this. Cause I don't have the desire. I've never had the desire to be a mom, like in that way. I feel like it's more than one way to be a mother. I don't feel like me physically caring and bringing a child into this world is the way that I'm called to do that. So, and I feel like that's okay. People don't like to hear that.
It is okay.
But I feel like it's 100% okay.
I was that person. So it is definitely okay, for sure. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like it just, maybe will my mind change? Maybe. And then I was like, well, whoever I decide to marry, if that's a desire of his to be a father, I'll give this man a baby. But then I got to thinking about it. I'm like, well, what if something happened to this man? And then I'm left, God forbid something happens to this man, he dies or something, and then I'm left with a baby that I, in my heart, never really wanted for real. But
this is all you right here.
I'm telling you, Shaniqua, I like, child, even up until I found out about winter, when that stick said what it said, I was like, oh, see, no kids mean, because he got labor, he good, boo. He got a dog, he wanted a boy, here's a dog, a boy dog, here we go. I was up until I got that little result, I was like, yeah, I'm straight on that. But it changes you, and that bond that you have is indescribable. If I even try to sit here and try to describe it, I couldn't do it. Nobody can really do it. So if that situation, God forbid, were to happen, you got pregnant, you were with this man, he died, you wouldn't even feel that way. You wouldn't feel like, well, what you gonna do, kid? You gonna have to get on up out of here.
All right.
It was real. It was fun, but it wasn't real fun. To grandmother's house, you go with your other 6 cousins.
You wouldn't feel that way, because that.
I don't think I would either. I feel like once it happened, I would be attached. And then I'm one of those people, I don't like quit easy. So it's like, I feel like that'll be a commitment. At that point, I'm like, now.
For me, what it was like with Lara, God honest truth, it was the first time I felt like I had purpose. Because
see, I don't feel like that.
Yeah, you might not feel like
I'm
that,
in my purpose,
but and see, that's the thing. You are there now, but of course you're older than I was back then, and even back then you might have felt like that. But it's just that for both children, they were unexpected, but God's timing. So, but it's just that I was at a point where I didn't feel like I had purpose, and boom, she pops up. I have a reason to do what I'm doing. I have a reason to get up and go clock in at work besides paying these bills. And it was the first time that made me feel like you have a greater purpose, and this gives you someone to care about besides yourself. Up until then, all I gotta worry about is myself. I'm the only one I gotta feed. I'm the only one I gotta buy clothes for. I'm the only one that I have to take care of. But when she came into the picture, it's just like your life is no longer yours. That's why I tell people all the time. In the
best way. That sounds so consuming to somebody who wouldn't have. Because when I heard you say it, I'd be like, bro, what? What? But no, it's in the best way, and that sounds crazy, but it is. If I heard me saying this like before, I would be like, girl, who are you? What are you talking? Who are you? You Ericka? Okay.
She has more stuff in her Amazon cart for winter than she has for herself. Whereas before winter, it used to be the exact opposite.
Me.
So it's and now it's just like every time I go in there, I like look at the list. It's just something else for winter. Like she gotta have these clothes. I'm like, why? She still got outfits over here she ain't wore. But like I said, it's that. I would say marriage and being a parent has taught me how to be selfless. Not selfish, but selfless. To where I have people that care about me and I care about them to the point where I'm willing to risk jail time. And like that's the major part about like being a father or being a husband. That's what I have to give. That's why it's a lot of dudes, and I hate to say that, it's a lot of dudes that's not willing to be a husband because the thought process of being a husband is, and I'm willing to risk dying for this person because that's my job. And my job as a man, but as her husband and as a father, is to provide, protect, and procreate. I've done the procreating part. I'm providing for it by going to work and bringing home money to pay for things and everything, but.
And you're also providing emotionally.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like a lot of men especially get caught up on just like, the money part. We can get our own money. Like a lot of times, like shoot, I'll take a man who is not making. You may not be making that money. I ain't finna say you finna be sent to the house,
right?
But you gotta be making something. But I'll take a man who's not making as much, but can provide emotionally, and it's like. You a soft place for me, a safe place for me emotionally and mentally, over a man that you just bringing home and you feel like that's all you got to do.
That's your foundation, like you emotionally and how you are emotionally.
Because what happens if you lose that job? You can't make money no more.
Right? Who? It's just a human. Like
and see, the sad part is when a man loses his job, and I've been in that situation before too. Recently, I didn't lose my job, but it was a transitional phase. But it's just like when a man like loses one of those 3 P's, either the ability to provide, procreate, or protect. When we lose that, and that's the foundation that we stand on, we get very angry, and women don't understand that part because women are able to be angry and do express themselves. Men aren't, so we don't know what to do in those situations. So we get real angry and we start acting out. We start being that mean and nasty and hateful for no reason. I don't understand it myself, but it's just like one of those situations where we feel like less than a man because that's all we. If I can't do what I'm supposed to do as a man, what choice do I have to live? That's why unaliving yourself is so high in the male community.
Black men and
that. It's black men and that because that's we have to re-educate ourselves and tell ourselves that's not the only thing that makes you a man. Being able to make money, make children, and protect a woman. Like y'all just said, if I can offer my wife, if I'm sitting there and none of my limbs work, but the only thing I can do is just wake up every morning and tell my wife as she goes to work, baby, you look beautiful today. Baby, I love you. And oh man, your hair is so nice. Is that a new color of toenail polish that you got on? I can't sit up and look at it, but girl, I'm sure that's a new color. If that's all I can do for her, that should be enough. But a lot of guys don't feel that. They feel like, that's it. All I am is what I can do.
Yeah, I talked to this dude before. He was like, men aren't loved just for being. He was like, women, y'all are loved just because you exist. Like men, we only are loved for what we can do as a result of what we can give in the situation. And he was like, yeah, like women and children, like y'all just love for simply being. Like you ain't gotta do nothing. If you cannot have a job as a woman and the world will love you. But as a man, he was like, you know what I'm saying, our value is tied up in what we provide. What we can provide. And if we can't do that, then nobody. I was like, dang, that's so sad. I was like, black man, we love you.
Yeah.
No, I mean like I feel like that's wild, but then I'm not a man. But I can see how maybe like in your circle, it's hard to feel the love coming from your circle when you focus on with the world. Because to the world, like that is perception. Like you can't financially provide for your family and for yourself as a man. in the scope of the world, like, yeah, you ain't really doing it.
And then I wouldn't get too deep in the woods, but the government, baby, it's got his hand in that, because, you know.
That's why I try to keep men out of the household.
But we ain't going to get retired.
Oh, no, I'll go deep in I'll go deep into that.
Government.
You know, there's, I'm not going to just say it's just the government, but I know for a fact that there is a reason why men are kept out of the household, because that is whether we like it or not, or whether the result of us losing the ability to provide, protect, procreate matters or not, there are certain people who benefit off of, whether you want to say male, female, there's certain people who benefit off of a male not being in the household with a female, whether those two people are married, whether those two people are just dating, whether they got kids together. There are certain people who just benefit off of that. So that's why men typically work 12-hour shifts, and that's the only way you can make a good buck. You working 12-hour shifts. You're driving trucks where you're gonna be away from home for long periods of time, for weeks. I mean, there's truck drivers I've talked to, and they like, I go out for a month and I come home for 2 days before I'm going out again. I'm like, bro, how do you have a wife? How do you live? And it's just like they just live on the road because that's just what they were taught. You gotta work, you gotta have a job. You know, so
yeah, I don't know. It's just different out here. But Lord, you asked me what are the red flags, and we all off in why do you hang in the home? So red flag. Okay, so that was one red flag. Two, all them kids can't do it. Two, I can't at this point in my life, I can't live with somebody who ain't following God. I can't. Nah, you ain't got no relationship. And I mean like God, like Jehovah, like the one that I believe in, because there's a bunch of guys out here right now that's supposed to be following them.
Yeah.
That's a non-starter for me, because.
But what if he's willing? Because I was just reading.
You can be willing, and that's cool. That's all good. I'm just saying, like, and you got to be like, you got to have some knowledge of the same God that I believe in. I'm not saying ideally, and I say this now because of where I am in my life spiritually, and in the fact that I'm actually walking in purpose, and I know that I believe that the husband, the man, is the covering. Like, I need a covering, right? And whoever I marry. So if you're not being led by God, how can you possibly cover me? And with the purpose that I have in my life, on my life, I can't be with somebody who is not locked in for you. Yeah. Like, you can't have a casual relationship and we're married. Yeah. Because that's an open door. And who else is the enemy gonna go through to get to me? Yep. If not the one who's supposed to be covering me.
We just had that same talk. So it's like I know that this was meant. You know, this part of the conversation was meant because, you know, we just had that same talk. It's certain. I've always been interested in the spiritual because from childhood I've always dealt. So I've always seen that stuff. So, but what I was telling her was, you know, she was asking me, why do you watch this stuff? And I said, well, I watch it because just like the devil studies us to see how we, you know, react with God and the things that we do with God, you have to study him and see what things he's got going on now, you know, in his kingdom. I mean, he has a kingdom, so if it's kingdom warfare, we're living in it. So like, if you have an enemy, you have to study your enemy and able to fight them. You can't just go out and not know how your enemy, you know, what their attack plan is, and you just go out and fight. Then you finna get beat down. So it's certain things that I watch, and it's like, oh, this is how, you know, Satan is trying to attack people now, through music, through TV, through movies and games and everything. So I watch stuff like that. She asked me why do I watch it, and I told her that, but she was like, well, can you not watch it at home because it affects me a certain way. And I was telling her, well, you know, I like to watch this stuff, so I know. And she said, yeah, but I'm not where you are yet. So if I'm not where you're at, then you know that the devil is gonna try to come to me through you. So it's like you might watch something at home or at work or whatever, and it has nothing, it doesn't affect you at all, but that spirit is just gonna try to transfer to me. And I saw it firsthand. I ain't gonna drag on the story, but I saw it firsthand at the last house that we lived at, where that was exactly what was happening, where this spirit was for sure draining the life out of this girl. I mean, she couldn't have any peace. You know, she was to the point where she was just having some very negative thoughts. But it's just, I had to understand that it wasn't trying to attack me for a reason, because it knew, this spirit knew that if it threw hands with me, it's over with. I'm squashing it right there, because that's just what I came up in. I came up in that, so it knew if you want to, I ain't saying I'm God, but if you want to box with God, we can get this over with. But it knew to come to her and attack her, and that's one thing that God had to let me know, is that's how the devil tries to play sometimes. If you're the stronger person, it's gonna attack what you love the most, and that's, God was just letting me know that's how the devil works. He knows he can't literally box with God. So what I'm gonna attack is what you love the most. This creation that you made, all these children of Adam and Eve, I'm gonna take as many of them to hell as I can, because I know that's gonna hurt you the most, because you love them and you want them up there with you. But I'm gonna take, I know I can't make it back to heaven. Ain't no way I can even defeat you. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the most precious thing to you, and I'm gonna take it away. I'm gonna take as many of them away as I can. So once I came to that realization, I just really had to understand, like you just said, I'm the covering of my family. It trickles down from God to me, to my wife, and to Lyra and Winter. So if I'm not in a place where I'm supposed to be spiritually, it stops. All the blessings stop. Everything stops. God literally had to tell me, he said, Mechie, your blessings will come through your wife, but your wife won't know what to do if you don't do your job. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, your wife will never come into the realization of the person that she's supposed to be. If you lead her astray, if you start wanting to do certain things, and you lead her into a certain lifestyle, that's just where she's gonna go. That's what a wife usually does. She's gonna follow, what her husband, as well, certain wives, but
no, a real wife for sure is she honors her husband. That's what a real wife does.
Y'all do, but it's like to
fight. So
it's sometimes it's to a fault. It's just like you can't.
Yeah.
You
but no, I can honor you and not be in agreement. Like I ain't gonna disrespect you. I mean honor as in, okay, this is what you saying, but I still got my own mind. And where you, and then I feel like I say a real wife, in a real marriage where you're equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? Like not people just. You just with somebody. Y'all just together, and it's chaos and confusion. But no, in a legit situation, like the type of marriage that I aspire to have, I want to submit on. That's why I can't be with just anybody. I'll be by myself, or I sit up here and settle for somebody. You don't know where you going. Where you finna take me?
Exactly.
Do not settle.
What's your plan?
What is your plan? I'm seeing what you doing, just you by yourself, and you think I want to. Cause then what is that gonna
Why
do?
is your mattress on the floor, sir? Like, come on. Yeah.
And I ain't even judging that. It's just I can deal with somebody who got a vision, but you ain't even got no vision. You ain't got no plan for real. Like you would be amazed at some of the crazy stories these men be out here telling and be requiring Ericka. You got out the streets from outside. You came inside at the right time because it ain't nothing out here but death, hell, and destruction. It's just
the streets in the right.
It's so raggedy out here.
If it wasn't him, I really believe it wouldn't be nobody.
Cause I'm saying exactly. You got married 20. It was ghetto then.
Yeah, it was.
It's just so tragic out here. It's some of the stuff that these men be saying and expecting and offering nothing.
But nothing.
You ain't got nothing but bitter tears, but hard dick and conversation. That's all you got.
That is
it. That is it. That's all you can offer. And I'm like,
they can barely offer that.
It can't consistently offer that.
Thank you.
Shout out to Blue Chew. Blue Chew, get in on this.
Sponsor.
Speaking of Blue. Our drink sponsor for tonight's show is No Shade Lemonade. This blue raspberry is the flavor of the day. Yes. No Shade Lemonade. What's up for No Shade Lemonade? Yeah. But yeah, man. So I can't do no. You ain't locked in with God the Father.
You shouldn't.
And
you shouldn't.
what else? Like, if you ain't taking care of yourself, I can't do men with no jobs. Like, really, people be thinking I'm super high maintenance. Like, and I'm like, bro, y'all ain't doing the bare minimum. I was expecting it. Now, yesterday's price is definitely not today's price.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned. Like, when I was just wanting the bare minimum, like, I wouldn't even worry about if you really got a real relationship with God. You just got to be a believer. Like, you just got to not be an atheist. And I'm cool. Like, but now I got, the standards are high. But when I was just asking for the best, like, nigga, have a job.
Can't do it.
Have a vision for your life.
Can't do it.
Like, what's your vision for next week?
Yeah.
You can't even tell me that. Let alone 3 to 5 years from now, you can't even tell me what you doing tomorrow. Your plan for tomorrow is I'm finna smoke and just beat off and
just
chilling, bro. We chilling. What are we doing here, bro? We just chilling. Like, okay, yeah, can't do that.
Yeah.
And then me, I don't care. Call me superficial. I feel like I can require this, but I'm finna say, I am a proud card-carrying member, lifelong member of the 8, 9, and Dimes Club. Meaning, you gotta be an 8, 9, or a dime to get my time. And I don't feel like...
Yeah, you grew up around
don't feel like...
Yeah, you came up around
I don't feel like for what I look like and what I have to offer, that I'm asking for too much. And I mean that physically. I want somebody that's physically attractive, like, and I don't feel like nothing wrong with that. I mean physically attractive to my standard, not somebody be like, well, nigga, you just, there ain't nothing wrong with it, man. You be with him then.
Right.
You have him.
When you squint your eyes.
You just being, and that's the thing, like, you just being too picky.
When people act like you just being real stuck up for that, like, if you think about it, like, if somebody bring a plate of food out here right now, if it look like trash and look like booty, baby, I ain't gonna want it.
I don't care if I saw you preparing and it looked good.
I ain't gonna want it. Presentation.
Exactly, because I gotta get past the physical before I even get to know you as a person. I gotta
every day.
My body don't even respond well to you. Like, she don't even respond to you. Like, she ain't even respond to you.
Exactly.
She's like, that's my dog, man.
Yeah.
Bro, that's the bros.
But I mean, you right though.
That is it. Like, that's important to me. God knows that's important to me. I'm like, God, I'm out here waiting for it.
You see somebody before you get to know them.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. They be like, men are physical.
Yeah. So why
I gotta just, because I'm out here single in my 30s, you get
old.
But
you have a lot more to offer than a lot of women in their 30s. You don't have the drama that comes along with having a baby daddy. You have your own money, and it's not like I'm asking another dude. I ain't asking you to do nothing that I can't do for myself, sir. All I'm asking you is have a plan. Let me know. Now, I have my own opinion about the whole Cheesecake Factory.
Oh yeah,
thing.
because take me Cheesecake Factory. I still stuff on that menu that I want to try.
The only problem I got with the Cheesecake Factory is it's too much on that menu.
It's too much on. That's what I'm saying. I'm still working
It's
other
too many.
menus.
You can't get women that out.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you can't, because I'm still trying to. I'm like, dang, bro. I just went to Cheesecake Factory. I was in Dallas September, I think. And it took me literally, I'm 15 minutes trying to figure out, nigga, what do I want to eat? Because it's 1,000 things on the menu. Not to mention the cheesecake. See, you ain't got to worry about me with the cheesecake because I don't eat cheese. So it's just your regular menu got 50,000 things that I got to thumb through 14 pages of menu.
Exactly. Read the whole book.
And it all sound good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It all sound, and
That's
it all
the
tastes
only
every,
issue.
I haven't had a miss from Cheesecake Factory yet.
That's it.
But I mean, I'm just saying. I have my own opinion about that, but at the same time, it's understandable. It's understandable.
Depending on who it's coming from.
Yeah, depending on who
it's coming from.
Depending on who it's coming from and the way they present it. The young lady that presented it, she didn't present it well.
She did not.
Because
but that's cool. We ain't got that.
I mean, she just didn't present her argument well. Now, the gentleman that she was dating, that she was going on a date with, he said, like, look, I tried to take you to this restaurant, but you spent a whole hour getting ready. We were late, so you spent so we missed our reservation. So it's like, don't throw that in my face because
I had a plan.
Yeah, he had a plan. That's
like,
the thing.
That's the other thing. Have a plan.
So it's just like if I can say anything to y'all fellas out there, if you're gonna take a young lady on a date.
Talk about your cousin.
My cousin. If you're gonna take my cousin on a date, have a plan. I don't know where she wanna go. If you want to take her to Top Golf, if you want to take her to do something like I can tell. I know she's not high maintenance, but she ain't ghetto at the same. Like, don't take her
me on a picnic.
But like on the picnic, you can't just be whipping out a quarter pounder.
Yes, you can.
Nah.
Yes, you
nah.
can.
Nah, you deserve,
it's the thought.
You deserve more than that.
My thing is, went through all this to plan a picnic, right?
Bro.
And I'm like, bro, you done went out the way. On a picnic. When the last time you been on a picnic?
I can't tell you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's so cute to me.
I have, but it's just like I'm a thoughtful person like that. And I thought about that and I planned that date. But at the same time, it's just like, that's just me. But what I want other men to understand is just that women do that. Y'all plan a lot of stuff. We just go with the flow sometimes, and we just, what you want to eat. Y'all done already thought about what y'all want to eat. Y'all just want us to figure sometimes. Y'all just want us to figure it out.
I don't be knowing. I be like, Pete, where we go? I can find anything on the menu. Don't ask me. Do not ask me where I want to eat at, because I don't know.
See?
But I know
but you don't know.
Yeah, but then exactly, because you throw out something that I don't want to eat, and I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't know what.
We just will eat anything. If
just
you
keep
take us
throwing stuff out,
and then take us to,
we gonna figure it out. I just can't tell you right off what I want.
And see, the trouble is, like, y'all know what you don't want, and we don't care about, like, we don't care enough. So that's basically what I'm trying to get to. We don't care enough to plan these dates because we can eat wherever, we can have fun wherever. But what we have to get in the mindset of is like, y'all care about stuff, whereas we don't care. Just like I was just telling her, and this is a little bit in depth, but she bought me some new socks and drawers, and she said, I want you to try on these socks and underwear. I was like, baby, I'm just as comfortable with socks on that got a hole in the toe and some under, and they be my comfortable underwear.
Way too comfortable.
I promise you, I will. I'm just comfortable in my stuff that's run down, but it's just like, she ain't gonna do that. If it's got a hole in it or if it's at all damaged, she throwing it in the trash. She throwing it in the trash.
You ain't gotta live like that. You ain't gotta live like that.
But dudes do that, and I don't understand. I guess just because, like I said, we were always raised, when life gives you lemon, make lemonade. You know, you don't you get what you get. Don't throw a fit. That's what we were taught. But it's just like women, y'all were always told don't settle. So you gonna get what you want. But men, we just settle, and I think we just get haphazard, and we just stop caring. But if I can say anything, if you gonna take my cousin on a date, fellas, I'm looking in this camera. If you gonna take my cousin out on a date, or any young lady for that matter, but preferably for my cousin, take the time to plan the date out. Make sure you have enough funds, because if she want a steak, you need to look at the menu before y'all even get there and say, do I got enough money to get both of us a steak if we want one? Get the you got to plan. Even with our first date, I looked at the menu and I was like, do I got enough money? And she ordered the most expensive thing on the menu. Can I pay for it twice? Because there's something that I heard from Jay-Z. If you can't pay for it twice, you can't afford it. So like, if she ordered the most expensive, and it wasn't even a fancy restaurant, it was a Mexican restaurant.
Oh, good. So good.
But she said that's what she wanted. But I looked at me, I was like, okay, I can do that. I can pay for it twice. If she wanted to get that, I can get it. If she want to get a margarita, I can get it. But it's just like little stuff like that we have to be considerate of. Like when you taking a lady out on a date, like y'all don't want to hear, oh no, well I can't do that. You know, we might have to split the bill. You don't have to worry about that, because
don't ask me. And this other thing, don't ask me. I don't know. Don't ask me out on a date, and you're not prepared. I feel like whoever asks the person out on a date is supposed to pay. Period. Like that's just how I feel. Like I understand people go Dutch and all that, but I feel like if you ask me out, you're supposed to pay. If I ask you out, if I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take you out, let's go out.
If you ask him now,
no, not on the first. I'm saying if I'm asking somebody out,
even if you ask him, even if you ask a dude, he shouldn't think. He should expect.
You know,
at least be like, no, I got it. At least do some of that. Like, man, I can respect that so much more than you just be like,
oh, okay.
But the thing is, if I say like, hey, I'm finna, because I think naturally, like the waiter, the waitress or whatever, they gonna automatically give it to the dude anyway. But and I feel like with me, I'm gonna establish that on the front end. Like, look, like it's on me. I got it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
I've been on dates like that before, and it's like, even if you say you're gonna pay, I'm finna go catch the waiter before he get back
and pay the thing.
And I'll be like, give me
but
check.
For me, I don't know. I feel like I feel like that'll do something to me. Not necessarily do something to me. I just like, dang, I really wanted to.
You wanted to give the person.
Yeah, I wanted to do something nice. Okay.
I get you.
So I don't need you.
It's taken away from your
it's the whole point.
The feeling that you get.
I'm trying to reciprocate, because by that point for me it's like, okay, you made the investment already, so you worth me going out the way and treating you like you deserve it.
And see, the crazy thing is, you say that I think for a lot of women, y'all think that the action is what men look at. It's not the action. For us, it really is the thought that counts. So it's like, even though she did buy me those,
we don't think the thought.
No, I know y'all think the thought is the thought that counts, but at the same time, it's the thought that counts if this actually is something that I want. You were thoughtful enough to know this is something that I actually want. But for dudes, like I said, for whatever reason, we don't be caring. So it wasn't the fact that she bought me underwear and socks, and it mattered what the socks, what was on the socks, what was on the underwear. It didn't matter. It's just the fact that she thought about me. I don't even. There's underwear there's stuff that she's bought me that didn't even fit, and she should be looking like, you don't like it, I'll take it back. I'll say, no, don't take it back. I still appreciate the fact that you thought enough of me.
So you don't just expect that as a husband. You don't expect your wife to buy your.
I do.
I don't think he's used to that yet.
I do. I'm not used to it.
Because for me, like, that'll make me, the fact that you don't expect it, or like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't something that you like.
She
That what
going
you
her way.
supposed. That what you supposed to do.
She
You my
going her way
wife.
to do it. She
Because
know I
like
don't
if a man
surprises.
didn't feel like, oh, that's what you supposed to do. That for me, that would make me want to do. But when I feel like this, something like, oh, you feel like, oh, I just got. I don't know. I think I'm strange in that way. Like don't make me feel like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like I owe
That's
you.
different. That makes it different.
Like don't do that. But that was just a few of them. I mean, for the second time, run down the list. This was a good conversation. Well, this part 2 of this episode with Mechie and Ericka. Part 1 was we was kicking it, reminiscing on all times.
The good old days.
The good old days back in the early 2000s.
Make Albany great. I'm just
hope.
Make Albany great again.
Believe.
Different conversation. Okay.
But appreciate y'all. Thank you. No shade, lemonade, blue raspberry. Our flavor of the day. Very good. But keep chilled. You don't need shade with this lemonade. Period.
Yeah. Period.
Okay. You don't do that no more. So it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun, y'all. Like, I hope y'all enjoyed the vibes, enjoyed the conversation. Thank y'all for joining me on the pod, on this set.
And you guys, if you see me staring at this fire in between takes, I have ADHD bad. This is amazing. I'm loving this set.
She liked it.
Oh, y'all, and if only y'all can see what's going on all around. Ooh, wee. Ooh, wee. Ooh, woo. TV magic. Man, it's been real. I appreciate it. Thank y'all, everybody that's viewing today. Thank you so much or tonight. Whenever you're watching this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification so you can get notified whenever a new episode drops. I'm Shine. This is the set. Hope you enjoyed the vibes, conversations, everything that I'm doing here. So yeah, till next time, I'm out of there.
Peace.